At the height of summer, the natural world works in unison. The plants awaken from their slumbers and offer their precious nectar to a host of hungry insects. But who would believe that our little heroine is also an excellent pollinator? She too has a weakness for the delicious sugar produced by flowers. She too dives headfirst into the whirl of the calyx to fertilize the neighboring plants. She too roams the flowery meadows, the generous orchards, the sweet-smelling fields.
Hello?
Who is aware of this today? After all, when it comes to pollination, we automatically think of bees. There are the hoverflies too. They are also Diptera, and fantastic pollinators who drink exclusively from the flower's cup. They are instantly recognizable for their hovering flight. As expert as the hummingbird, before landing on the object of their desire. Recognizable too for their special livery. A wasp-like costume to keep at bay any predator who takes a fancy to their succulent form. Stunning abilities that confound convictions and make appearances so deceptive. But let's return to our housefly, which is remarkable in yet another way. Her flight. At cruising speed, she is very difficult to spot or to follow with the eye, because she is no slouch. She flies at a speed of 6 or 7 kilometers an hour, which, compared to her small size, makes her one of the fastest animals on the planet. And to understand the origin of this exceptional performance, humans have had to rely on sophisticated cameras. For a start, the housefly is not a bird. Its wings do not beat up and down when it defies gravity. Instead, they move back and forth. In other words, they do not press down on the air, but push it behind them to move forward. So, wings that move like fins. This was discovered by American scientists, who then tabled the following hypothesis. Could the housefly be the descendant of some antediluvian creature that lived in water? Musca domestica, champion of the butterfly stroke. This special technique allows her to change direction in a flash, to bank 90 degrees, to execute U-turns and spectacular dives. The housefly is truly an expert when it comes to aerial acrobatics.
I wish I could understand, but I can't. Can you translate it?
An extraordinary insect. Able to
Never mind. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. Don't translate it.
12,000 times a minute. A miniature powerhouse which commands admiration and gives the insect its distinctive buzz. Given this performance, it isn't surprising that curious humans are taking a closer look.
It's
Might
Persian
there not
word.
be some
I
future
understand.
technical innovation to be had?
Curly
from observing
fries.
these little flies?
Big curly fries.
Already, scientists have noticed the two little appendages each side of the housefly's abdomen. These are called halteres, and are the remnants of a second pair of wings that evolution appears to have stunted, and which now look like
Hello,
counterbalances.
big brother. I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm working. HK King. Please what?
These halteres beat very fast and can be deployed or retracted.
You want to do something
They play an
special?
important role when the housefly accelerates, providing stability when the insect spins. When it accomplishes its vertiginous changes in direction, undoubtedly, it's a phenomenon worth exploring. And then there are its wings, which feature two
Hey,
cuticle
Petito.
layers of a very unusual shape. Perhaps they are a clue to a future aeronautical revolution. Damn insect, say some. Dear little bug, concede others.
Go ahead, HQ. I don't know what you're talking about. HK. I don't know what you're talking about.
But it is getting
You
late.
said, am I ignoring you? I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm working.
It is time for the sun to descend below the horizon. Our little housefly is tired after a busy day, and the darkening night affords her some respite. Shrouded in the darkness, she seeks refuge and waits, immobile. Is it sleep? Is it lethargy? A little of both, say those in the know. Because the housefly alternates between deep sleep and moments of waking to watch for any predators that might pass by. As to whether our buzzing heroine dreams, the jury of experts is still out on that point and prefers to keep short. Imagine how a little housefly in the midst of a dream, on a journey to meet the man in the moon. Some bold astronauts have done just that, taking the fly into the emptiness of space. Although unable to fly, our little insect did have little trouble walking and showed itself to be very adaptable. A small step for flies, but perhaps one day a giant leap for mankind. Back on Earth, we find flashing blue lights and rivers of scarlet. A community in distress after a gruesome discovery. In their immaculate white overalls, the police make a meticulous inspection and take samples. In criminal matters, houseflies also have a useful role to play. Members of the housefly species are often the first at the scene of the crime, attracted by the corpse in a state of decomposition. Housefly, greenbottle, bluebottle. The order of appearance of the corpse is well known. Their reproduction cycles have been closely studied. The number of hours and days required for each metamorphosis, taking into account all the variables relating to weather and the seasons. Analyzing the larvae gives the specialist a good indication of the time of the victim's demise. This is science in the service of investigation, which does indeed have a name: forensic entomology. Lower in the sky, the sun is cooling, and the clouds are gathering. Signs that herald the arrival of an early autumn, and warn our housefly that it is perhaps time to go indoors.
Hey y'all.
Because
Right
when
here.
the north winds begin to blow, she enjoys the warm coziness of our homes. An opportunity to show off one last time, to demonstrate an acrobatic feat that surprises and intrigues. How on earth does it hang on to the ceiling? The secret of walking upside down lies in the cushion-like pads or pulvini on her feet. They secrete an ingenious adhesive which allows the housefly to explore even the smoothest of surfaces. But the housefly couldn't care less about such technical considerations, for she has other priorities. Right now, focused on this pile of mushrooms. Time to stock up before the winter comes. And once again, a dismissive flick of the hand. Will we never learn that such feeble exertions are pointless?
Hey.
Face the facts. Our housefly isn't going anywhere. She is staying put. And in some warm spot, she will lay her final brood to hibernate over the winter. They will hatch in spring, in April or May, and embark on a new cycle in the life of the species.
Thanks for the likes.
As for their mother, our very own little Musca domestica, she will have been long gone.
I hit my knuckle on it. On that thing.
If, for her, a window does not bring about her demise, or some sticky weapon does not condemn her,
Give me that sharp pain that makes me stop.
or some unfortunate acquaintance does not prove fatal, if despite all these dangers, our little domestica dies of natural causes, she will have lived for 25 to 30 days. Such is the life of a humble housefly.
water, turning water into wine, moving the load, feeding the masses. Water is power, electrifying, turning into speed, sometimes fought over, seeking Austria through its water, the element that has shaped her like no other.
Hey, thanks for liking the video.
Water has power. Even when at rest. Water supports life here with tropical intensity. But as in the tropics, these forest habitats are shrinking. The last refuge for endangered species like the majestic white-tailed eagle or the European pond turtle. Yet this wilderness has survived at the very gates of a capital city. Passing through Austria's biggest city, the Danube seems cruelly tamed by a humbling corset of dams and power stations, concrete and steel. But downstream to the east, she can open out into the Donau-Aue National Park. And this landscape was saved by generations of aristocrats with time on their hands. These were the great imperial hunting grounds. Wild boars were a favorite target. But none more so than the legendary monarch of the wetlands. The The stag.
There's 6 people here.
There are no more
Hey,
great
guys.
gatherings for the hunt at Eckart's Our Castle. The eagles only just survived, but now they're protected. The national park has saved the national bird. Stag and boar can go about their business undisturbed.
Y'all just want to be here and just, it's like you're standing there staring at
But
me.
there's a bigger story here. The animals will never know.
I'm not saying nothing.
These lowland forests were made by the mountains. Like the Gazaiza Mountains in Styria, made and molded by water. Mesmerizing peaks, pared down to essentials. For water is stronger than stone. Water always wins. It slices through mountains, cuts chasms and gorges, scoops out holes, engineering the void. Streams merging into mountain rivers, moving downstream, finding their way to the Danube. Alluvial forests fed by 1,000 mountain springs. Hard to believe this place sees regular floods. But it's the floods that create the riches. The cycle of seasonal growth, sustained through the ages. An old oak in the national park has seen many visitors in its time. Perhaps this one is a regular. The golden oriole has flown all the way from Madagascar to the Danube wetlands to breathe. She needs an old, tall tree. She won't stay long. By the end of July, the whole family will be on their way back to Africa. The penguin tit gathers up the bulrush's fluffy airborne seeds. The male makes a start. gathers the materials. The female oversees design and construction. It has to be wind and storm-proof for the coming young. If the bill's going well, the male may start another nest to attract a second female. To bind the nest together, the birds use ties made of stripped reed leaves. These birds will never take back a nest from last year, but they'll recycle everything, however tough the job. Once, country people turned discarded nests into slippers for their children.
School is back in full swing. Meet all the new kids and catch up with familiar faces. Is Valentino still making a fuss? Is Billy still eating too much? These students have a lot to learn before they can return to the wild. Orangutan Jungle School on Love Nature.
¿Y si no puedo dejar de pensar en mi diabetes tipo 2? ¿Y si todo lo que hago no es suficiente? ¿Y si manejo mi diabetes de otra manera? Ahora con un jar una vez a la semana puedo hacerlo.
Munjaro ayuda a tu cuerpo a regular el azúcar en la sangre y a que consumas menos alimentos. 3 de cada 4 personas alcanzaron una A1C menor al 7%. Además, quienes usaron Munjaro perdieron hasta 25 libras.
No uses Munjaro si eres alérgico a este o si tú o tu familia padecen de carcinoma medular de tiroides o síndrome de neoplasia endocrina múltiple tipo 2. Suspéndelo y llama al médico si tienes una reacción alérgica, un punto o inflamación en el cuello, dolor de estómago severo o cambios de visión. Efectos secundarios serios podrían incluir páncreas inflamado y problemas de vesícula. El uso de Munjaro con sulfonilurea o insulina podría aumentar el riesgo de bajo nivel de azúcar. Infórmale al médico si estás lactando, estás embarazada, planeas estarlo o tomas anticonceptivos. Efectos secundarios incluyen náusea, dolor y vómito que pueden causar deshidratación y podrían empeorar problemas renales.
Ahora puedo manejar mi diabetes de otra manera con Munjaro. Pregúntale a tu médico por Munjaro.
Can we stop for food?
No, hay comida en la casa.
No, hay comida en la casa. Vamos.
Hay comida en la casa. ¿Tienes hambre? The wetlands are constantly changing. In a sidearm where the current grows sluggish, a gravel bank emerges. Water turns into new land. If the Danube rises, it disappears again. Until the next low water. One rather rare bird prefers dry summers. The little ringed plover has neither time nor energy for building a nest. Its clutch lies amongst the pebbles. Gravel banks become an oven in the midday sun. The parents take it in turns to give their eggs some shade.
Hey.
If the water rises and washes the clutch away, the female lays more, up to 3 times a season. They can cope with high water, but they need the gravel banks. There are less and less unregulated rivers to create them. The gravel and pebbles are travelers. These storm clouds have reached the end of their journey in a collision with the Enstal Alps. Rain can turn innocent mountain brooks into raging rivers. Loose rock is torn away. Millions of tons are dragged towards the valleys. The water flows on and leaves the gravel lying. A rivulet no longer has the force to budge these piles of stone. Until the next weather front turns it into a river. On these sediments, the alluvial forests grow. The Donauauen National Park rests on a 60-meter layer of sand, gravel, and pebbles, powerful foundations, and a colossal reservoir of water. And so the meadows really are made of mountains.
Hey.
The little ringed plovers are lucky. Their chicks are exploring the world. The danger period's not quite over. Not for 2 or 3 weeks, until they can fly. As long as the water stays low till then. But one day the waters must return to lay down new gravel. Underwater, this is a nursery too. At the end of a 100-kilometer journey, the common maize arrive at their spawning grounds and stay just a few hours. Their coloring and the pink spawning rash signal their readiness to mate. Males crowd each female to be closest when she lays her eggs. The eggs, stuck in clefts between the pebbles, start developing right away.
Hey.
The pebbles give the freshly hatched larvae a good place to hide. If the gravel lies low and long, a forest can be born. The sycamore is good with bare gravel. This resilient tree can live for 500 years. Its life force is enclosed in the tiny, fragile seeds. The half propeller does it. Wind carries them far from the tree. The seeds root in the gravel. Their grip binds the gravel too. Once the roots are anchored, the shoots can rise. One year long, there's a miniature forest. In a few centuries, it could be a real one. That's precisely what happened in Tyrol's Carvendel. There are more sycamores here than anywhere else in the Alps. Out here, this is nature.
to Papa John's. For a very limited time, you got free pizza. Yo, tell me what it is.
Buy any large pizza at regular menu price, get one large one-topping pizza for free.
No, like free. Yeah, you did do that.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Can we stop for food?
No, hay comida en la casa.
¿Sabes qué?
No, hay comida en la casa. Vamos.
Hay comida en la casa. ¿Tienes hambre?
Limestone mountains are Austria's rocky spine. But northeast, past Dachstein and the Todesgebirge, there's a quite different world. The granite of the Bohemian Massif is far older than the Alps. Water took 20 million years to form the region where the Thaya and the Kant flow today. The raw climate and the harsh beauty of the Waldviertel make it a place of myths and legends. The riverbed of the Upper Kamp still holds a hidden treasure, the last of a species condemned by their precious contents. The freshwater pearl mussel was much in demand for its pearls and their mother-of-pearl housing. Today, the greatest threat they face is from pollution. Here in this clean, soft water, almost free of limestone, the last of their kind could live for 120 years. These living fossils haven't changed for at least 300 million years. Brook lampreys are not fish, but cyclostomata. On each side they have an eye, a nostril, and 7 gill holes. They spend their first 6 years as blind larvae buried in the bed of the brook. The final act of their lives is brief. Its only purpose is reproduction. They clamp themselves onto stones and beat spawning spaces into the bed of the stream. Each female deposits around 2,000 eggs. And then the adults die. The banks of the river Cam are lined with old, gnarled willows. From one of them, the faintest of cries can be heard. A new generation of mergansers are about to hatch. The new chicks call to each other from inside the egg to synchronize their emergence. The tiny egg tooth on the end of their beaks helps them break through the shell. The chicks are still emerging when their mother leaves the nest. Hours later, the chicks have hatched and their downy plumage has dried. Their mother is close by, but she seems not to hear their calls. Cancer ducklings need no prompting to swim or to take a break on their mother's back. Hunting is instinctive too, but the skills that go with it have to be learned. And that takes a little time. Trial and error. And pretty soon the chicks learn another fact of life. Competition. With each dive, their success rate increases. Fully developed, they'll dive up to 10 meters for food. There's always a grooming session to round it off. So that after so much time beneath the surface, water really does flow off a duck's back.
Your neighborhood just got a whole lot cooler with Kroger Delivery's refrigerated trucks. Order groceries at great prices online and we'll bring them to you fresh and refrigerated every time. How cool is that? Your neighborhood just got a whole lot cooler with Kroger Delivery's refrigerated trucks. Order groceries at great prices online and we'll bring them to you fresh and refrigerated every time. How cool is that? Kroger Delivery has two missions: to save you time and money when our professional drivers deliver fresh groceries right to your door. And with free next day delivery with a paid Boost membership, there's no better time to get in on the action. Mission accomplished.
shows a mother and her young enjoy the peace. Nearby, on a warm summer's evening, a European pond turtle has a delicate mission. The survival of its offspring is at stake. And the wetland woods are full of danger. At a location well above the high water mark, the turtle digs down 15 centimeters. It lays 8 to 12 eggs. Lastly, it replaces the soil. The warmth of the summer sun is to the rest. Some females lay twice in a single year. Others may skip a year entirely. A wild boar searching for roots, worms, snails, and mice. Turtle eggs would make a welcome addition to its diet. There's a storm over the Alpine National Park. Soil becomes unstable. Trees tumble. Elemental forces transform an entire landscape in hours. The isolated mountain forests beside the river Salza in central Austria have been left undisturbed. This impenetrable area is once again home to the lynx. They came as secretive visitors in the 1990s and stayed. Now they're breeding here for the first time in 150 years. first 6 links in the Kalkalpa National Park. In 2017, biologists introduced Aira, a female lynx from Switzerland, to replace losses through poaching. If we're prepared to share our UNESCO Natural Heritage Site with them, then the future of the lynx in Austria can be secured.
Nature. It's the story of change, evolution, survival. A story of twists and turns, grace and beauty. A story of heart that's still being told. Watch it all unfold on Love Nature.
To be a pet parent is to be human. Sometimes we feel guilty. We can only do so much. That's why more and more pet people rely on hills with scientifically proven formulas to give more love than humanly possible. Because you're only human, there's hills. Science does more.
Yes. Alexa, play. Alexa, play Pandora.
It's late autumn in the national park. In an isolated brook, it's time for the trout to seek out their spawning grounds. It's only just been discovered that this is the original indigenous form of the Danube River trout. The female clears a space for spawning. The male trembles to stimulate the female to lay her eggs. She covers the eggs with gravel. The larvae will develop through the winter on the bed of the brook. Winter in the mountains. By freezing solid, a waterfall loses its power to stop the rocks. Its ancestors, the glaciers of the last ice age, shaped almost the whole of Austria. Scraped out sharp edges of rock. Like the Styrian Gesäuse Mountains and Upper Austria's neighboring Saints Plain.
Hello.
Hey, so I'm at USA and these clips are called duckbill clips.
Yeah, duckbill.
Okay, so how many do you want?
If you can just get, I think it's like a pack of 120 or 90 or 60 or 30 or something like that.
So I see one, because you talking about that size that you want, that's the longest ones, right?
Yeah.
Or they want
The long ones.
okay. The long ones, I don't see a pack of 80.
No, I don't know what the number is. I just know it's multiple. But it should be like a box.
Okay, so this one, I was looking at it, it looks like it's the longest. I'm seeing a picture of it.
Okay.
Because they got different lengths for these.
Really? That's new.
Some are smaller and some are bigger, but because the ones that's in the actual bag is only 12. That's the most they come in the bag.
I want the ones in the box.
Yeah. Okay. And I wish you told me like the length of them.
I ain't never seen the length on it before.
Yeah.
At last, a sound. Maybe a sound.
Trying to take a picture.
It looks like it's about 2-3 inches. It's about 3 inches.
3 inches?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they okay. Because the ones that's got 12 of them in there, they like longer than that, I guess. They like real long. They say it's for sturdy hold for long lasting style. Like, but don't say this. It just say 2 times secure hold or whatever.
Okay, well then give me one of those and then one of the other ones.
Okay, yeah, because this one is these are $1.99 and the other ones are
The fox competition.
Yeah. I had let this lady walk away with them last week, and she was supposed to bring them to work, and she didn't bring them to work.
oh,
And she quit.
oh, wait a minute. I think this the size right there. This one got the length. It's a 3.5.
3.5, that's what I'm looking for.
And this one only has 36.
Boom, I'll take that. I'll take one of those and then one of the long ones.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. We'll be right over there, baby.
All right, well, we're almost done too.
Oh, okay. All righty. Good deal.
Bye.
Bye.
To prepare for winter, they gather seeds and nuts. It could seem like paradise. But beneath the snow, they face another problem. They're running out of air. Unless the air circulates, carbon dioxide can reach a deadly level. for air. Which is exactly what the tawny owl was waiting for. The mice are still somewhat groggy and easy to spot on the snow. A tawny owl needs 3 or 4 mice every night. So he's still got some work to do. Water in all its forms is constantly
Hey,
altering
HK.
the landscape. Over millions of years,
I'm almost done with this style.
over millennia, in a single day. Water is the basis of all life. And it is surely Austria's greatest treasure.
Hola, soy Andrea, Chick-fil-A fan, and a little thing I like about this Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich from Chick-fil-A is the Smokehouse Barbecue Sauce. Ese sabor agridulce es barbecue de bueno. Cliente leal de Chick-fil-A fue pagado por su testimonio.
Your heart starts pounding, and then a squirrel. The forest is the original home of this little creature who makes every portion of the woods an adventure. Lively, nimble-footed squirrels enchant young and old alike. And what makes them different? What's their secret recipe? Let yourself be enchanted by the secret life of squirrels and their fascinating characters. In a mixed forest somewhere in Central Europe, far above our heads, something magical is taking place. A squirrel is becoming a mother. Like she does every spring, the female has built her nest in a protected tree trunk and has cushioned it with moss. The baby is born feet first. It's her third. Another one will follow. A female can have up to 6 young in one litter. The big wide world awaits for baby squirrels. And their world looks something like this, at least from a squirrel's eye view. Squirrels have conquered almost the entire Earth. 280 different species live on 4 continents. Only Australia and Antarctica are squirrel-free. The differences between them are as far apart as their ranges. Fall in North America. It's not only leaves that fall from the trees, but also acorns. It's harvest time and it's raining fruit. This is a job for chipmunks. This is just what they've been waiting for. Chipmunks are probably the best known relatives of all native European squirrel, and the sound of falling acorns brings them up to speed. Now begins the time of abundance. There's food all over the forest, just waiting to be collected. But there's no time to hesitate, since snow will soon cover everything. Chipmunks can't build up fat reserves, so they have to scribble away as many nuts as possible for their hibernation. Every acorn is tested for its preservability and makes its way into the big elastic chip pouches. There's room in there for up to 7 nuts. This saves running around, and with so much energy at that. Countless trips are needed to fill up such an underground cache. The chipmunk's hustle and bustle don't go unnoticed for long. His neighbor collects leaves for a cozy sleeping chamber. That takes time away from nut gathering. But why go long distances? The coast is clear. Leaves in, nuts out. A good exchange. Open doors make thieves of squirrels too. But woe to those who are caught. The underground milk stores are life insurance for chipmunks. Without them, they couldn't survive the harsh winter. That's why the fun is over when it comes to nuts. Chipmunks are solitary creatures. Normally, they'd ignore one another. For other kinds of squirrels, cooperation with others is essential to survival. On the treeless North American prairie, little mounds of earth are within sight and hearing of one another. Prairie dogs are communication experts. Their calls roll across the endless plain like an acoustic Mexican wave. The guards confirm their vigilance with each other, so individuals in the colony can go about their favorite business undeterred. For instance, or just sparring with a member of the family. Despite their name, prairie dogs are not dogs that get their names from their dog-like barking. Yet this isn't just meaningless yelping, it's a language. Prairie dogs have developed an individual warning call for each enemy, which everybody understands. They have to keep the grass short so they can see potential intruders. It's the only way they can keep an overview. Prairie dogs are rarely alone. Though the grassland looks deserted at first, unannounced visitors could always come by. That's why every prairie dweller is kept careful track of. If a school of guards spies a robber, he gives off an individual warning call and automatically sets off the appropriate flight measures within the colony. The whistle sounds monotonous to the human ear, yet to the prairie dog it's unmistakable. The sounds are so specific that the ground squirrels know exactly that they're dealing with a coyote, how far away it is, and which direction it's coming from. The danger foreseen is the danger avoided. The better prairie dogs communicate with each other, the better their chance for survival. Nature. It's the story of change, evolution, survival. A story of twists and turns, grace and beauty. A story with heart that's still being told. Watch it all unfold on Love Nature.
Can we stop for food?
No, hay comida en la casa.
some food?
No, hay comida en la casa. Vamos.
Hay comida en la casa. ¿Quieres algo?
ATTRCM can make you feel like you're missing out. But with Ambutra, you don't just get a prescription, you get a ticket. One that may take you on a different journey. Ambutra treats the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis in adults. It works to rapidly knock down TTR at the source and requires just 4 injections a year. Ambutra is proven to help people with ATTRCM live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital visits, so you can choose your adventure, whether it's out there or right here. Ambutra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. Don't let ATTRCM decide where tomorrow takes you. Talk to your doctor about Ambutra today. Ambutra, just the ticket for ATTRCM.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Hey, kid. It's pronounced Liberty. 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 Now she's mocking me. Very mature.
Hey, that's enough, you two.
Hey, I'm not the one acting like a total baby.
She's two.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty.
A journey to the other side of the earth takes us to a very different world. Extensive tea plantations and thick evergreen woodlands. We're in southwest India. An area that, despite all the evil, still shelters unique wildlife, like the nine-tailed macaque, one of the rarest primates in the world. A very special relative of our squirrel lives here. The Indian giant squirrel. Big as a monkey, it's a Goliath among squirrels. They live only in the treetops of the Indian rainforest and almost never need to frequent the ground. Their walkways are the canopies. Lion-tailed macaques, only a bit bigger than the giant squirrels, share the canopies with them. But encounters between the two are not necessarily desirable. A narrow squirrel road 20 meters off the ground. The squirrel doesn't give way voluntarily. They each have only one goal. Giant overripe jackfruit. These heavy fruits weigh up to 30 kilograms and are true trunks shocking from the rainforests. The forest is permeated by their smell. The giant squirrel effortlessly ignores the hard shell to get at the nutritious sweet fruit. For a short period of time, jackfruit and the main source of food for many forest dwellers. The best fruits are the hardest to reach. is one specimen. Hardly peeled ones are particularly highly prized. Neither wants to clear the field. Following some back and forth, the monkey finally gives up. No pain, no gain. He'll have to crack his next fruit himself. The giant squirrel's tenacity has paid off. Another character trait that has helped all his cousins on their triumphal march through the world. Things are peaceful on grayish red squirrels today. The young have grown quickly, and at nearly 6 weeks, they look like real squirrels. It's starting to get crowded in there. Scuffles among the siblings can't be avoided in such a small place. The young squirrels playfully test their agility and jumping power, improve their physical condition, and develop their motor skills. Soon they'll leave the nest on their own and will have to prove their prowess as true acrobats. Midwinter in the far north of America.
Come in.
You got cats guarding the door.
Freezing cold.
Yeah. She
Marching
hungry.
upstream for many animals.
You doing okay?
Good. I'm about to be finished with her.
I couldn't wait outside.
If you want to, you can. I just got one more braid left, and then I want to do a little video.
Yet there's
Okay.
only no rest.
All right.
As one of the few nocturnal squirrels, these little tree dwellers must stay permanently in motion so that they don't freeze. Lichens, tree fungi, and small seeds are their only sources of energy at these latitudes. Despite this extreme cold, these animals don't hibernate. They stay awake, scurrying like miniature goblins up and down the tree trunks throughout the night. The trees that provide them with food are mostly set apart, and the path across the snowy ground consumes far too much energy and is dangerous. But how to reach a goal that's outside squirrel jumping distance? With a special trick. A powerful jump and a flying squirrel sails through the night. A tiny flying carpet in the wintry forest. At nearly 30 kilometers per hour, flying squirrels glide up to 80 meters through the night, aiming directly for food sources that are far apart. allows them to cover a lot of ground with a minimum of effort. And they're one of the few mammals to have conquered airspace. A fascinating evolutionary link for our squirrel family. Which wouldn't work at all in the desert of Arizona. No flying squirrel would survive even one landing on forms like these. During the day, temperatures in the Sonoran Desert can reach over 45 degrees Celsius. The air burns, and most desert dwellers spend the day in the shade. The coast is clear, great about squirrel. The Harris's antelope squirrel really gets going when the going gets hot. It can withstand temperatures of over 40 degrees. Actually, unthreatening for such a little mammal. But his inner clock tells him when a heat stroke threatens and he has to seek shade to cool off. His cousin, the round-tailed ground squirrel, doesn't leave his shadowy spot at all in winter, just to be safe. Cacti are nutritious, but they know how to protect themselves from hungry mammals. Their thorny covering keeps enemies at a distance. But one antelope squirrel, centimeter-long spikes are no hindrance to them. At least not a major one. Like a fakir, the squirrel approaches the tangled thorns to reach the upper shoots. On the ground floor, things are more tranquil. The round-tailed ground squirrel only dares to go out briefly into the harsh sunlight, then cools off in the shade. As it does, its body temperature quickly falls to a bearable level. It's even harder to get past the thorns unscathed when you're upside down. Antelope squirrels are very skillful climbers, but how they survive running the gauntlet like this without being injured remains their secret. The squirrel hurries relentlessly from cactus to cactus. Its neighbor in the shade has a different strategy, and this is don't jump the gun and stay cool, relaxing in a sand bath. But he always keeps his eye on the fakir squirrel. The decisive moment approaches at the spiky peak of the cactus. The reward for all the climbing are the energy-rich seeds in the shoots of the choya cactus. There are only dry branches down below. Unless... Now the shading squirrel gets his money's worth. Delicacies like this would otherwise be out of his reach. Two strategies, the same reward. Squirrels are inventive, especially when it comes to food. Secluded,
You just got attacked. They just move.
From Arizona lies the South African Kalahari Desert. A relatively large amount of rain falls here, so calling it a desert is not intrinsically accurate. Meerkats benefit from the rainfall, which causes the landscape to turn green regularly and the ground to swarm with insects. The Kalahari is a dry savanna. After every downpour, grass sprouts from the dry ground. But the shoots have no chance to grow longer than 10 centimeters here. An entire armada of large and small grazers makes sure of that. Cape ground squirrels also feast immediately on the green shoots.
Did you feel like your hair was curled a little too hard? Would you like it a little bit like softer, like more of a drop? Or did you like the way it was?
Sunshade.
We can try a sauce. This would be different. But I didn't think it was good.
Yeah. Not born with a
I just never. I think I would like it better if it was softer.
Blazing sun, they hold their bushy tails over their bodies like umbrellas.
Just one little
shade for themselves. This allows them to keep a cool head during the heat of the day. These squirrels live in colonies. After the rain, there's a surplus of food, so there's enough time for social contact and party games. The colonies visit each other and play boisterously across the cruel savanna. So much activity has lured the Cape cobra from its hiding. The snake has its eye on the young squirrels in the burrows. Its bite could be deadly, but the Cape ground squirrel doesn't run. Quite the opposite. It gets in the way of the cobra. Like a protective shield, it holds its tail in front of its body. The squirrel seems bigger, irritating the snake. The combatants are soon discovered. All the squirrels in the colony come to the rescue. A dance of life death begins. The cobra is surrounded. Its bites are ineffective.
I appreciate that.
It's time for the final attack. The tide has turned. The attacker is now the target.
Can you spin yourself?
And hurries off into the distance.
Go the other way now.
Its bites has hit its target.
Alright, and when you come back around, look at me and give me a peace sign.
Cane ground squirrels withstand the dangers in the Kalahari.
Thank you. It's so good. It's so good. Alright, I'm gonna take a couple pictures and we'll be done.
Yeah. Like a rudder, it helps the flying acrobats to keep their balance. And when they take breakneck leaps off trunks and branches, their tails maintain their equilibrium. Their body is perfectly adapted to life in the treetops. The squirrel is one of the most accomplished climbers among mammals.
Do a small turn either way. More. And the other way.
As perfectly as they may climb, they dislike going into water. Now, it could do with some good advice. It's worth a try. Careful. The nut isn't too far from the shore. The squirrel needs a different tactic. Maybe from above. Foiled again. One more time. Raccoon style.
Yeah, because I'm
We're
like,
just gonna stand
up.
up.
Okay.
Look in the mirror and fix it around your face the way you like it.
The sparrow walks back on the squirrel. This is not more unwelcome.
You just did it.
Little rat goes in the mood to swim and takes things slowly. First, she takes a quick check in the situation. The squirrel is excited.
It's a little longer because of how I stretched it out.
Just
Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I like these curls. I like how it's the looseness of it too.
All right, now turn towards me.
The nut has
I
not
guess
been
I'll put
forgotten.
Bruce back
The
on the
path
camera.
to the goal has been determined. Where will we again?
Yeah, I'll pull it in.
And now, two for the price of one. But one slips. Last and final attempt. Raccoon has a great success. This squirrel is able to get at nuts that nobody else can find.
I'm always having to make shift stuff. I hate it. It'll never be working out for me. I can tell your smile is pretty.
Stop. But Set bounds change.
So pretty.
Set bounds for adulthood obesity to help lose weight and keep it off.
All right, girlie. You're all done.
It's changing how much with diabetes.
You got a bonnet here. Hold on, let me grab your bonnet.
Some lost over 50.
Hey, people. I'm finally done. Finally done. Oh my goodness. I've been doing her hair for 3 years. Hold on.
Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck.
Oh yeah,
Stop
there.
setbacks and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction.
Good
Severe
stuff.
side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, depression, or suicidal thoughts before scheduling procedures with anesthesia.
So with that said, I'm not sure how many bags that was because we had stuffed them all in that one bag. I feel like there were 4 packs. How many did you get? You got 6 originally, right?
I feel like it was like a big number like that.
Yeah, so I think he used 3 and then we just used another 3. Girl.
$25 fine for 4 lives.
Thank you. You looking cute. You put on some makeup? I just bought some more lip stuff, some hydrating lip stuff. That's all. Thank you. You know what? Them could be the same size, but I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. I was like, you know what? I'm just go. I don't know. I'm just gonna get them. But they're $1.99.
But it's great because, you know, this is my daily braiding. I use this for daily.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
I
I
do like the silver versus the plastic.
The silver just holds better. But I had a client, I did a style for her, and she needed to go home and let her hair dry. And she was supposed to bring my clips to work the next day. I don't know if she forgot, and then she quit on that Friday. So I got no clips.
So wait a minute. So you did your coworker hair, and she was supposed to come to work and bring them back.
I feel like she forgot.
I feel like she forgot too, but if she don't stay that far, she needs to come by here and drop them off.
She lived more like in the Raleigh, Garland area. And it's fine because I needed some new ones anyway. But I was like, dang, I should have reminded her before she quit.
Yeah.
Whatever. Now she got some clips to do her kids' hair.
Yeah. Yeah, I use the plastic ones to do serenities because, you know, I only need like 4 or 5 just to straighten it, you know, comb it out and all that stuff.
Hey, I'll be back, y'all. I don't know. Who is this? I miss you. Cooking with Pose for me. What are you talking about? All right. I'll see y'all. If you miss me, come back. Bye.